Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Political Vigilante. I'm here with Ron Placone discussing messed up in our political system is that nobody, and then when us lefties call out the squad and them for not doing what they said they were going to do, liberals get mad at us, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So how do we deal with this, Ron? I mean, like, we've had to take, what do we do? I mean, obviously, like a socialist just got elected to the mayor of Buffalo, I believe. Is it?
Yeah, I heard about that. I need to read more about, like, I don't know a whole lot about the person. I just heard, hey, a DSA member got elected mayor. That sounds awesome. Cool. I don't know a whole lot about them, but that sounds awesome. From what I've heard, New York City is not looking as great.
Right.
Yeah, apparently it did not go as great in New York City, which sucks. But
they're going for that cop, right? That ex-cop. That sounds.
I think the cop is leading the way as of right now. Which we might have that same thing happen here in Los Angeles. The big one throwing their hat in the ring right now is the representative of my district, actually, Joe Buscano, who is a scumbag and a cop. I guess those two things are synonymous, but he's a scumbag and a cop. And I actually have a new thing now in Twitter. I swear at him in Italian. Because, he's one of those people where he's just like, I'm a proud Italian American, but I promise you, he doesn't speak a lick of the frickin' language. And that pisses me off. It really drives me nuts when politicians do that shit, or anyone else for that matter. So I swear at him in Italian, and go ahead and use Google Translate, fuckface. Do it. But anyway, how do we deal with that? Look, I think people just have. And again, this kind of goes into the whole, we make our politicians celebrities, and it's like they say nice things, and people are so used to just having nobody on their side that it's human nature to want to cling to that. I mean, I get it. Of course, I want to see elected officials do the right thing. I don't want them to not do the right thing. Like, I want them to do the right thing. But the reality of the situation, and it will always be this way, no matter who the person in office is, no matter if you like them or don't like them, you need to see them for what they are. And what they are is, at best, a tool for change. They're not your friend. They're not really your ally, because they're on a different side of the fence than you. Does that mean they have to be your enemy? No, it doesn't mean that. But it means you have to recognize that you occupy a different lane than them. And it is your job to hold them accountable no matter what. And it is your job to not give them a pass all the time. You have to hold them accountable, and you have to realize that they are at best a tool for change. At best, they are a reformer. And if you don't hold them to account, they're not even going to be that reformer, because it'd be a whole lot easier for them. A whole lot easier, no matter who it is, no matter how good you think they are. It'd be a whole lot easier if they just play the game. That's a ticket to Easy Street. They just play the game. They do what the donors want. They're going to have a long career getting paid very, very well. And no matter how good or noble you think people are, guess what? People are freaking human. All right? They're freaking human. And if you give them that ticket to Easy Street, they're going to take it. I don't care what they say on a Twitch stream. I don't care how nice their tweets are. I don't care if they have some good intentions, and I'd like to think some of them do. It doesn't matter. You let them take that ticket to Easy Street, they're going to freaking take it. So you can't let them take that ticket to Easy Street. It is that simple. And if that is too aggressive or too unreasonable for you, guess what, folks? The climate's collapsing. We have an economy of war. If you're on the left in this country, you have a 0 and 100 track record of losing. That means for a century, we fucking lost. If now's not a time to take the gloves off, I guess there's never a time.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. It's just, people are just more tight. I mean, like, Biden just gave this speech on the infrastructure bill. And boy, if I just listen to that speech, I go, this is great. This is great. He's going to build, solar powered rail cars or wherever he's going to give everybody. This is great infrastructure. What's really in the bill? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I can't trust that crap at all. It's a speech. It's not the actual language. It's not the actions. And politicians are so good at saying what we want to hear. And Joe Biden is doing just enough to make all the vote any blue will do. People go, well, hey, at least he's better than Trump. Like, oh, God. I mean, a fucking, you know, a drunk monkey with a gun is better than Trump. Like, come on. Like, that's not even a barometer. So it's just, yeah, I feel like more people are waking up. I definitely am seeing more people on social media, predominantly younger people, women, people of color who are like, nope, sorry, Kamala, sorry, Joe Biden. Like, they're just calling them out. They're calling out AOC more, which is good. And I just hope that builds up because, you know, when AOC runs, if a true lefty runs against her, everyone's going to scream, you're going to let the Republicans, the way to the People's Party is going to give a pathway for the Republic. You know, like they're going to do that crap or whatever. And I don't know when they're going to wake up, but you're seeing.
We need to end the two-party system, but
yeah,
let's do everything we can to make sure it never goes anywhere.
It never goes away. I don't like the two-party system, but I won't do anything to change it.
I won't do anything about it.
Now's
not the time to change it. Now's not the time. We've devolved to the point where our options for president was Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Everything that's wrong with politics in general in two people. Everything that's wrong. On one side, you have a plutocrat who's never been accountable for anything in his freaking life and was born with a silver spoon. His only task in his life, hey, this silver spoon that we just handed you, don't shove it up your ass. And he failed. He couldn't manage that. He shoved it up his ass multiple times and then fell into the presidency. You're welcome, USA. On the other side, you have a blank suit who's been playing the game for 40 plus years, been on the wrong side almost 100% of the time for 40 plus years, was so grossly unpopular, never went anywhere. And then because of a rigged primary and because of a pandemic, failed into the presidency, failed his way into the freaking presidency,
into it. Like,
he didn't win in election. Donald Trump beat Donald Trump. That's what happened. Donald Trump beat himself, and the GOP hates you so much. They knew, and they could have done it. If they would have given people an emergency UBI, Donald Trump would still be president. But they hate people so much. They were willing to risk the White House to not have to help you. And the Democrats hate you so much, they were willing to risk the White House to make sure a progressive never got anywhere near it.
Yep.
That you don't just, you have a government who hates you. They hate you. They hate you. If you are not Wall Street, they hate you.
They hate your guts. And you have an allegiance to one of these teams. You think that my team's better than your team? That's just always so puzzling to me. Like, it's just like, all right. I mean, I remember saying this about sports. I like watching sports and it's fun, but like people getting mad and like fighting over a team. I go, you think those millionaires on the field give a shit about you? They don't. Look, they're fun to watch. They're amazing athletes. It's good entertainment, but they don't give a goddamn about you. No one gives a shit. Tom Brady doesn't care about you. LeBron James, they don't give a shit about you, man. Like, so you're going to get that mad? Like, you're fueling their whole careers. So they don't care. And times 100 with the Republicans and the Democrats. They don't care about you at all. I mean, they just don't. So it's like, yeah, it's totally insane. So let's hope that the like Nithya Raman getting the socialists getting on the LA City Council and what Kshama Sawant has been doing, and now this, I forget the person's name who just won in Buffalo. Let's say that it's just people are just voting out the two-party system and voting in socialists and third-party people. Let's just hope it just starts happening.
And that's the beauty thing about local politics, man. And I'm not saying local politics is all sunshine and roses. It totally isn't. You have a bunch of real estate developers and scumbags that
police unions,
police unions. Oh yeah. So, but the one thing is there is more transparency in it. There just is, and there's a lot you can do. And a lot of these things, you're talking about the duopoly. So many local offices are non-partisan. So it's just all about the candidates themselves. It is better. Does it still have a ton of problems? Of course, but it is better. And it is like, you know, when you look at electoralism, that's the one place where I am less cynical, is on the local level.
No, it's true. I mean, it's been, and it's a thing I've said on my show a million times. I'm sure you say it as well. Is I go, actually, you know, local politics affects your daily life way more than the federal politics does. I mean, like all that daily life stuff, trash collection, street cleaning, school, parks, libraries, that's all local politics. That's not federal. That's all, you know, what the city council does is really affects your daily life far more than the federal government does, for the most part. I mean, you know, the local tax is levied, how the, you know, that money gets distributed. Even when they do get federal money, that city councils and state governments decide where the money goes. So it's why I say, you know, get involved on a local level. And a lot of people are, because this is how you do it. You do ground up. You get socialists and People's Party and Greens and whoever else in these local governments. So then when somebody is running, when there's a People's Party, you know, person in Congress or running for the White House or whatever, they already got this foundation of people behind them to back up their legislation when they get in. So that's important, you know, and you know, a socialist mayor means you can start getting a socialist city council, which means you could get a socialist governor, which means you could get socialist state, you know, Congress people and senators and state representatives. I mean, that's what that means for Buffalo and the state of New York. Maybe we can get you know, these shitheads like Cuomo, these corrupt sex creep assholes like Cuomo out of there, and get somebody that's actually gives a damn about the people.
Man,
you know,
he really wanted to wait the clock out on that, and it freaking worked for him. It worked for him, and his brother helped him. God, they are such a freaking despicable family.
They're so awful.
They are the freaking worst. And you know what I'm most bummed out about is that my theory, I don't think it's going to happen at this point, and I'm disappointed. It's not often that I make bold predictions, but I did make one there. I said that the Cuomo brothers, Fredo and Elder Fredo, are going to switch jobs. They're just going to declare. Chris is just going to be governor. And then Andrew's just gonna be a CNN guy, where he's just gonna be like, I'm not thinking about it. Don't be a turkey. And then Chris is gonna be like, I'll throw this punk ass bill down the stairs. And they were just gonna switch jobs.
And no one would notice.
No one would notice. They're both they have different jobs, both still assholes. All right, cool.
Both doing the other guy's job just as ineffectively.
Yeah, like both totally unqualified. I mean, who? It's like they were just like, yeah, can you read a teleprompter? Yeah, we'll put you on the news. Why? Yeah. Well, you could do that. We'll let you do that. We'll just let you do that. Like you see, it's so funny. Like when you think about our news in the United States, where it's like every now and again, you might see someone on the TV and you think like, how the hell did they get that job? That's like everybody in our news. Like every single person. You're like, what? How did they like Chuck? Like who told Chuck Todd this is like a good gig for him? Well, the same person who told Brian Stelter he should be doing this shit. And the same, like, it's just like,
who hired?
I know, it's remarkable.
It is remarkable. It is remarkable. When you see someone on YouTube that you don't like or agree with, you just go, well, that's YouTube. Anyone can do a show. Anyone can do it. But it kind of feels like anyone can just be on CNN. As long as you say the right bullshit that the oligarchs feed you to regurgitate, then you get that job.
Yeah, I mean, really, like if you have no problem regurgitating very dangerous bullshit, there was a statistic that came out today that the United States had the lowest percentage of media trust amidst citizens. We came in 46th out of 46 countries, by the way.
Yes.
We came in last. And then, which ironically enough, our press freedom ranking and press freedom indexes that are actually real. I use that qualifier because there's some out there where it's like the CIA is in charge of it and shit. But real press freedom indexes, we rank about 50th in the world. So it's interesting.
Better than 51, Ron.
That's right. And we should be lower, in my opinion, but we are about 50th.
We should be 100. We should be at the bottom. We should be below whatever just tin pot dictator out third world country is out there. We should be below that.
That's about where we are at.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.